All right, hello, this is Mr. Woodruff again, and I am here now to show you um, a little bit more in this SolidWorks assembly for the Mousetrap car. So when I look at this, we have a problem here, right? And the problem is that these holes are meant for axles, because axles are going to go through these holes to both sides of the Mousetrap cars, and then we're going to put wheels on those axles. The problem is that the Mousetrap car frame is in the way of the holes, so I can't stick an axle through there. So what I have to do, I have two choices here. I can either move the slot up, which would move the wheels down, or I can move the wheels down. I'm going to show how to do both of these. I'm going to start with this video on how to move the slot and move the slot up. Okay, so over here, back here on the left-hand side in the feature tree, before we worked with the Mousetrap car base. But this time we don't want to work with the Mousetrap car base. We want to work with the side frame. So I'm going to click the little down arrow on the side frame. And again, when I come down here to like boss extrude 1, cut extrude 1, fillet, and cut extrude 2, I think it's called fillet, sorry. I can see how these different things were made in this part. So I'm just going to go straight to cut extrude 1 and then click on sketch 2. And what that does is it shows me that that's the slot. And that's the file that I want to change, or the file or the sketch that I want to change. So I want to click on sketch 2 and click edit sketch. And then what this is going to enable me to do is to edit this slot, to move this slot. Now, this slot I can see was made with what's called a center rectangle. And a center rectangle has two diagonals that run from corner to corner and then a midpoint. And I can see that this midpoint is coincident. The midpoint is coincident, and then each of these lines is coincident with what's called the origin within SolidWorks. So with those coincidence relationships made, I won't be able to move the slot at all. So the first thing I want to do is remove these coincident flags. So I'm going to click on a coincident flag and hit delete, coincident flag, delete, coincident flag, delete. And now I should be able to grab this slot maybe by the top right hand, or by the top vertical line, and now I can move this slot. Okay, so I want to move this slot up a little bit. So I'm going to move the slot up, and then I'm going to come over to Smart Dimensions here, click on Smart Dimensions, and let's set the distance between the top of the slot and the top of the frame. And let's set that to, let's say, 0.3 of an inch. And boom, I've moved the slot up. The other thing I want to do is I want to move the slot back a little bit because I didn't show this, but what happened is the frame sticks out a little bit. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Mousetrap car base sticks out a little bit from the side frame. So I want to move this over to the right just a little bit. So I'm going to click on the right-hand side of the slot, and then I'm going to, still in Smart Dimensions, and I'm going to click on the right-hand side of the side frame, and I'm going to make this, let's say, 1.3 inches. Okay, and it moved the slot over. And then up here in the upper right-hand corner, I'm going to click the exit window button. And then I'm going to click exit this edit part. All right, and now I can see that the slot has moved up, the holes have moved down. We're not out of the woods yet because we still got to move these holes down a little bit, but we're in much better shape than we were before. I'm going to click the rebuild button, and then I'm going to hit the save button, and I'm going to hit save all. And this is going to save the side frame part within my assembly and also within my shared folder in the shared drive. And then I'll pick up in the next video on how to move the holes.